Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
Eddie, I know you weren't expecting Klitschko to retire like this, man. Shit, he had all of us guessing, really. But don't go pulling your hair out, weeping and moaning. You know, we still have this day going on. Listen, you once tried to sick your little poodle Tony Baloo on me until you realized my bite was just as big as my bark. Then you tried to lend me your little black spare tire in Dylan White, knowing that after usage, I wouldn't even get in the yard. Let's not mess about here, mate. Yo, we got an opportunity to turn a year into 3 months and make it one of the most biggest heavyweight title fights in history. That if y'all not and I don't want to hear nothing about mandatories, for I'm sure the sanctioned bodies, all the sanctioned bodies, will overrule on this one. Man, this fight is inevitable, so it will happen. So call us, girl. We'll be waiting.
Deontay Wilder yet again calls out Anthony Joshua and tells Eddie Hearn to make it happen with Klitschko retiring. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the notification gang, hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, all the channel donations. You guys have been holding it down. We're going to try to cover more fights, all that good stuff, and the Patreon family. Bomb Squad! You guys seen the clip at the beginning. Deontay Wilder wasted no time. I did 2 videos about it. Vladimir Klitschko joins his brother Vitaly in retirement. He officially announced it, kind of threw people for a loop because it was seeming like Joshua Klitschko 2 was going to come off in Las Vegas. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the game plan is now with Klitschko springing this, but obviously it's his career. He had a long think about it, and he decided that, you know what, I have nothing else to prove. I'm going to go out on that fight. And much respect to Klitschko for a great career, phenomenal career. He bounced back from loss. He did what champions do. So we got to give Klitschko the appropriate credit. Now, moving on to the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division is still alive and well, and it's on and popping. The clip at the beginning, you've seen Deontay Wilder wasted no time. And just so you guys know, this is what he said in the caption. Just thought you should know, and he tagged Eddie Hearn, there's no other heavyweight on the planet that makes more sense right now than the WBC king himself. Point blank, period. Then he tagged Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, you once said if the people wants it, then you're in. Do you still stand by that now? In a 3-month time, there could be a huge unification bout, in all caps, winner take all, November 11th in Las Vegas. I got my own thing that's going down soon, so no peer pressure. But I dare you to fight me in America in November. My team is a phone call away. We will not contact you, but we're always available. Hashtag Bomb Squad, hashtag unifying the titles, hashtag WBC, hashtag who wants it, hashtag call out 5, hashtag the realest champion in the business. Now, I like this. I like this move from Deontay Wilder. Shout out to all the American champions, but Wilder, he's been on their neck. He's been calling out Joseph Parker. He's called out Anthony Joshua. And like I tell you guys time and time again, one of the greatest things about the invention of YouTube is it documents everything. I've been covering boxing for years at this point. Try to get to the fights, give you my input, my opinions, and the videos are still up. I don't duck or dodge. I don't delete any of the videos. So the videos are still up. You just type in Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and then type in Boxingego in the search bar, and I guarantee you a ton of videos that I've done in the past will come up regarding that. So it's no mystery that Wilder is publicly calling for these fights. Now, I don't know what it is, but a lot of people still blame him. They blame him as if he's just ducking and dodging. They're talking about making a Luis Ortiz fight. That's if he takes that fight because he says, I got my own thing going, we're not going to contact you. If he takes Luis Ortiz and then fights Joshua, there's not shit you could say. I don't want to hear Bum Squad and all this and that because, I mean, Povetkin, that fight was supposed to happen. He was going to fight in Povetkin's backyard, so clearly he's not ducking any fades. And he's been calling these people out. And I like this call out. He jumped on the horn, made it a public issue in front of all his followers. I'm sure people like me will make videos, others, and it'll get shared. And that's the fight I want to see. Wilder versus Joshua. Like I said, no disrespect to Klitschko, but he's had his time and he had a long reign, and he made the decision to hang him up. Now there's a new crop of fighters, the new school, the new batch, and there's some great fights that could be had and made within that. So, I got to get off Wilder's back. He's doing what he can do. And as far as him saying we won't contact you, I mean, I respect it, because he's been calling them out for quite some time. So I really truly feel the ball is in Matchroom's corner. Eddie Hearn, Team Joshua, what they want to do, because he made several. He had a black and white video and he called him out, and then he called out Joseph Parker when Huey Fury pulled out of that fight, and no one took him up on his offer. And I say this all the time: the easiest way to call somebody's bluff is to show up. You know what I mean? Send him a valid, legit contract. They were already talking about fighting in Vegas. That's neutral territory. Wilder's from Alabama, and Anthony Joshua is from the UK. So that's neutral in the sense of, you can say, oh, see, a lot of people have this misconception that if you're American, then the whole United States is yours. It doesn't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? If you are a gang member in LA and then you go to Chicago, you're not going to necessarily be protected by the people in Chicago. Or if you go to Texas, or, you know what I'm saying? America is vast, and you know what I mean? It's not like people do this with Andre Ward too. Oh, but he fought the Super Six at home. He lives in Oakland, and he fought in New Jersey, I believe, where they have the Super Six. You don't just own the United States of America because you're born in America. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that. I live 35 minutes away from Oakland. I've never even been to New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't work like that. So as far as I'm concerned, Joshua Wilder, if it happened in Vegas, it'll be on neutral territory, because Wilder's from down south. That's really far from Alabama's, really far from, in a whole different culture and a whole different lifestyle than the West Coast in Las Vegas. And if you're going to fight Klitschko in Vegas, well, I mean, what's the big difference? You know what I mean? Why not fight Wilder? And I agree with him. He's saying it's a mandatory. He said, I don't want to hear nothing about mandatories like Kubrat Pulev, Luis Ortiz, because, I mean, we all know with the sanctioning bodies, there's usually ways people could wiggle out, extend the time. I mean, we've seen it with Kell Brook and Errol Spence Jr., get medical extensions, or it's almost like, just like the phone companies. If you guys have a cell phone, I've been broke as fuck before, and I had Sprint way back like years ago, like 8 years ago or something. I had Sprint, and then if I was super broke and I was strapped for cash, I could call them and then just show my effort, like, hey, I know my bill's due, but don't cut off my line. And they have this thing called a promise to pay. You know what I mean? And that's what you can do with a lot of the sanctioning bodies. If you show that you're trying to do your due diligence as a champion, and you're not ultimately trying to duck your mandatory forever, usually you can get extension. And beyond that, we all know that unifications supersede and usually trump any kind of mandatory position, because now you're unifying multiple belts and you're establishing like kind of an end-all be-all champion. So I agree with Wilder there too. A unification should trump. If Joshua has a couple belts and he's the IBF champion, it's one of them. If he fights the WBC champion and it's a big fight, what sanctioning body would not want to be part of that? You know that's going to be a big fight. That's a huge fight as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I like this motion from Wilder, and ultimately as a fan, fuck being a reporter, I want to see it. This is a good ass fight. Both guys have a shot. Both guys have power. Both guys are gargantuan and just overall big behemoth heavyweights. And with Klitschko kind of Xing himself out the equation, this has opened a lot of opportunities and a lot of doors. And we can finally start getting the heavyweight division back on track, to the point where there's, like, at one point it was Lennox Lewis, you know what I mean? It's just like he was the man. And then at another point it was Klitschko. We can start getting that back with the new crop of fighters. So I really like that. And like I said, I don't understand why Wilder's getting all this slack. And I've said this before. The easiest way is to call someone's bluff. If you don't believe Wilder, you think he's jawsing and selling wolf tickets, then call his bluff. You know what I mean? Do a FaceTime call with him and leak it, so the whole world could see that he was ducking and scared, if that's was really good. You know what I mean? But I don't think that'll be the case. I think if you offer him a reasonable amount of money and treat him like a champion, just like you're a champion, and respect that, and you guys meet in the middle, I think the fight could really be made. Eddie Hearn has a working relationship with Al Heyman, so it's not like there's some major Cold War where that can't happen. And I just want to see it. I think it's a great fight. I don't even care who wins. I just want to see it. That's how I am. You know what I mean? If it's a great fight, let's just see it. Joshua has belts, Wilder has belts, and people want him to step up. But again, the best way is to call someone's bluff. It's not like Deontay Wilder's calling out someone from another niche. You know what I mean? Like he's calling out Bon Jovi, a singer. He's calling out somebody who's in his division. He's not saying move up or travel up. It's somebody who's strong and big and a technical good fighter. You know what I mean? This should be a reality. And I'm sick of like situations like this that get stretched out. The Mayweather-Pacquiao shit, that's dead. You know what I mean? Where the promoters just wait. People lose interest quickly nowadays. Everything's like bam, 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 bam. You know what I mean? People aren't trying to wait 5-6 years for mega fights. And most guys aren't Mayweather and Pacquiao to the point where they can keep going on without looking suspect or looking vulnerable, to the point where the big money fight still makes as much money later. Like look at Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. And I'm not blaming Kell Brook, because I think a lot of it had to do with Amir Khan personally. But that was a major fight that could have been made, but now no one's really even buzzing about it. No one really would even care about that. And I would hate for that to happen to Wilder or Joshua. You know what I mean? Such a great fight, and then a guy gets knocked down or knocked out or something, and he's no longer a champion. Then no one's going to care about it. So boxing has been on a tear. 2017, we got to strike while the iron's hot. And like I said, call his bluff. Tweet to Eddie Hearn, tweet to Joshua, say this is what I want. Joshua said he's a people's champ, and it'll do what the fans want. So, I mean, make your voice be heard. This is a social media age. And that's kind of what Wilder was saying in his call out in the caption. He says, are you going to stand by what you said? Great fight. Shout out to Klitschko retiring. It freed up stuff. We don't have, I mean, Tyson Fury's just out of the equation too. So we need to see who's the best out of these current active fighters. Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.